We have a full day planned for you guys, but first I'd like to welcome Mr. Ahmad Tabrizi, who is the founder and president of Parya. And it needs to be said, without his hard work and dedication and mobilizing the community, none of this could have happened. So thank you.
Good afternoon, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas tardes, shalom, konnichiwa, durud, salam. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, valued donors and volunteers, welcome to the grand opening of the Parya Community Center, the first Iranian community center in the world. Which is the pride of the Iranian Canadian community of Ontario and the landmark of the history of our community's immigration to Canada. Let me start by welcoming our distinguished guests representing the federal, provincial, and municipal level of government. The Honorable Peter Ken, Minister of Environment, Canada. The Honorable Charles Sosa, Minister of Immigration and Citizenship, Ontario. Mr. Leon, MP Villadale. Mr. Meningalis, MP Richmond Hill. Mr. Peter Sherman, MPP Torhill. War Chief Dave Barrow, Mayor of Richmond Hill. And Dr. Reza Moridi, MPP Richmond Hill. I also wish to acknowledge the presence of two of our distinguished guests who will be making remarks later today, Mrs. Cheryl May, President of Skill for Change, and Mr. Paul Thomas, Vice President of Royal Bank of Canada, New York region. There are many organizations and individuals who have helped us reach this historical moment at Parya, but I need to single out a few and extend our appreciation on behalf of the Board of Directors of Parya. The Government of Ontario, specifically the Honorable Dr. McGuinty, Premier of Ontario, the Honorable Captain Wing, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Honorable Michael Chan, Minister of Tourism, Cultures and Sport, and Dr. Reza Moridi, MPP of Richmond Hill. The Parya Trillium Foundation, our leading community donor, Liberty Development, Mr. Darwish, the Honorable Mr. Jason Kenney, Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, and Mr. Michael Parso for their support over the last few years. Of course, Parya's success would not be possible without the hundreds of members of the community who help us either as a donor or volunteer over the many years to make this project as a reality, such as Mrs. Nasim Jawafar from Board of Education of York Region. In addition, I have to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests and supporters who are joining today, the former president of York University and former Senator Mrs. Lorna Marston, Councillor Valerie Burke and the Howard Shaw from Ward 1 and 2 of Markham, thank you very much everybody for joining us. I would like to thank you, the media organization of our community who have been very supportive to Parya over the last couple of years. Shahban, Salam Toronto, Radio Seda Iran, Magazine Mehraban, and Parya. Last but not the least, to our dedicated staff, Dr. Tajdolati, Giti Fatemi, Furuzan Jalefar, Afsane Vakilian, Hussein Rezai, and today's volunteers, Sima Sahar, Diana, Ali, Ferishte, Amir, and Nahya. Now, like to give you a short presentation about Parya and its activities and the role in the community. And as you see in the agenda, we will have some remarks today, and towards the end, some good news on the fundraising and financial side. Then, to make everybody happy, there will be a few minutes of traditional Christian music to be followed to our ribbon cutting ceremony, which will be at the entrance of the building. You will be led to the location where the photographers will be waiting for us. Okay, you see this is our building. About our community, I'm sure that majority of you are aware. We are having statistics about 250,000 Iranian in Canada, approximately about 150,000 will be living in Ontario, and about 80% or 81% majority of this number live in GTA. Iranian are the second or third largest immigrant population in the York region. The idea of the Parya came to my mind in the year 2000 with the two co-founders, which unfortunately none of them are here, Dr. Fahime Mortazari and Mrs. Zabini Muhyiddin, who helped me, and we did the brainstorm, and we noticed that really we need such a thing, and we start this concept. In 2002, we were successful to register Parya Trillium as the first Iranian community federally registered charity organization. And 2007, actually, we start our actual operation in the facility at 7171 Yarn Street, which was actually a donation by the Liberty Development. For about 3 years, we were having our activity over there. In 2010, we have done our first trade fundraising, which was the biggest ever for Iranian community in the world. For such a purpose, we raised about $500,000. Which was the core money that we could buy this property. The location is elected because we want to have somewhere to be close by our Iranian community. We have not yet discovered who was the first Iranian who moved to Canada, but for sure, the one who came to north part of Lawrence Street, and we have not found out who was that person. But gradually now we are going up to the new market, and we love everybody to be close by Young Street, and everybody knows about it. Therefore, this is the density of our community. Therefore, for us to find a location to be close by to all the community was very difficult compared, and also considering the amount of the money we were for. Anyway, we find this location, and we bought it October 2010. And we started the renovation, and in 2011, August, we finished the building. The land is about 60,000 square feet, and we have 10,000 square feet of the building. We have the facility here, which majority of you already visited. We have a multiple classroom, state-of-art computer lab, 200 seats auditorium, and the recreation and the dance studio, cafeteria, and the catering space. We have library, we have private consultation room, and a community garden outdoor, which we are going to start this summer. And we will have soon, hopefully it will not be raining, there will be a basketball and volleyball outdoor, and we are having at this moment in T4 schools indoor facility. And these are the plan of the second and first floor. We had the latest fundraising we had in January 2012, which we had about close to 900 people, and we could raise about $200,000, and we were honored by having the Honorable Dr. McGinty as an honorary guest, and it was a great success for us. And for me, specifically not because of Parya, because as you see in that picture, that is for 2 seconds I become the same height as Mr. Dr. McGinty. Because I've always, for 16 years, I said, Doctor, there is no chance for me to come to your height. And then like this, and then I have this picture. That's the luckiest night for me. We have a board of directors of 11 people, which we have about 8 of them here. These are the partners and collaborators who are in collaboration with Parya in different programs we are carrying to serve our community. We have the different programs like newcomer settlement services, health and well-being, the community support resources like housing help, tax, clinic, counseling, youth crime prevention, community mentoring. For all this type of activity, we get a lot of support from the similar organization like an Alzheimer organization or diabetes or heart and stroke, and also the police organization. We are having the luck to have the chief of York Region Police last week here. It is deputy who really helped us, and it was great for our community, parents and the youth work together. We have English classes. We have always from every day from 9 to 3 o'clock. We have different level of the English course classes for the newcomer. We have a skill development program for the adult computer classes for the senior. Math and science tutoring. These are done by the Iranian teacher who does this voluntarily. We have trade wind support, the York Region Employment Program, and the trained electrician, which you will get more information when you will get through the skill for change. And we have engaging the program for the school and the kids, different type of the activity. And we have the senior program twice a week, which we have during the 9 o'clock to 12. Finally, we have our mayor, Mr. Scott. I'm sure there was some traffic on the road. We have the art program. We have different committees in our organization. Each committee is headed by one of the members of the board. We have art committee, we have senior, we have youth, we have health, we have sport. Each one of these committee consisting of a lot of the member of the community who are voluntarily supporting, and coordination is done by one of the member of the board, because some of these projects need some financial support, and we have to be careful about that. We can generate enough money or get the support for those specific programs. Art is one of the very, very active one, which we are going to have important one soon in the Markham. We have had some talk with the town of Markham with the cultural section, and we are going to have some collaboration to expand in some multiculturalism type music, painting, dance, movie, theater. We have some cultural activity, specifically since the time we moved here. We have enough space. On Saturday afternoon or evening, we will have some dancing and barbecue with the DJ, and we had also event for the New Year and Christmas. We have the sport activity. As I said, we have about 3 locations of school which has been rented, and we have the volleyball, basketball, and soccer indoor. And in the summer, we will have an outdoor one from next month, early July, we will have a soccer outdoor one. And this is our financial summary. We have had the supporting from community cash contributions since the start, about $2.1 million. In-kind donation, about $135,000. From the government of Ontario, Parya Trillium Foundation, Citizen and Immigration of Canada, $1.75,000. And annual operation cost of us, including the mortgage, is about $350,000. At this moment, what is our goal is to pay back our $1.2 million mortgage on the building, which we are very thankful to RBC, who has provided us the mortgage and been very supportive to our activity, and increase receive funds and government support to offer more programs and services to meet the needs of our community. And our long-term goal will be to increase organization capacity, and finally to build a mixed income senior residential facility building. This specifically is very much needed for the Iranian community members, senior who reach to the age that they really need to be, especially in the nursing home and also in the senior housing. And the problem they are having is lack of knowledge in English communication, and we need to do something. And I hope by the support of the York Region and Mr. Stopiti and Mr. Barrow, both of them helping us, and we will be really needed this, and hopefully we will soon do something on this issue. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Tabrizi. I'd like us to all welcome the Honorable Charles Souza, Minister of Citizenship and Immigration.
Darud Bar Shama. Yeah, you guys are very kind. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here on this very special occasion, joined by so many important guests. My colleagues from the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, from the class of 2007, no less, all of us are here. My colleague Reza Moredi, the MPP, great man who I've had the pleasure of working with side by side on many issues. And of course the baritone voice in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, Mr. Peter Sherman. Very great to be here as well. And no one speaks like Peter Sherman in the House. So it's always nice to hear him, and I look forward to his words and remarks today as well. And the federal members who are here, great to see you. Minister, always a pleasure being with you. And of course, his worships. There's two of them here. See how important your community is? You've got a lot of good people here supporting you. And I'm always pleased to be joined by some of my colleagues from my past life, from the bank. So it's always good to see some of them as well. Folks, I'm delighted to bring greetings on behalf of Premier Dalton McGuinty and the Government of Ontario. Congratulations on your new community centre. Congratulations to all of you on successfully planning, fundraising, and building this gorgeous new facility. This centre for the whole of the community, and it's going to be the heart of the community. I know what it means, what will meet the needs, it will meet the needs of the Iranian Ontarians and the residents of Markham, Richmond Hill for decades to come. You know, there's so much here to draw people in, from a wellness center to the after-school programs, as we just saw on the screen just a moment ago, from career counseling to language training. We appreciate the arts and literature focus as well, from the theater in this beautiful auditorium. The center reflects the culture, style, and sophistication we have come to expect from Iranian newcomers to Ontario. Ontario is so privileged to welcome newcomers from all over the world. And we're fortunate that Ontarians, Iranian community, continues to grow and contribute. And you haven't always had it easy. It takes work to come to a new country. And with it, there's a lot of risks. And with risks comes reward. And the Iranian newcomers have taken those risks and have made their tremendous mark in Ontario. And that's no surprise, because you have a lot to offer. The majority of Iranians have arrived here with a university degree or a college education or trade certification. Most are fluent and bilingual in Canadian official languages. One day, maybe the Iranian language, who knows? But Ontarians have long valued our diversity, and today we're attracting the world's best and brightest. That's an economic imperative. It's not always easy to start life over, especially in a new country, new languages, new cultures. I know this myself as a second-generation immigrant. I lived the immigrant experience. I know what it's like to grow up in a home with different languages, different cultures. But I feel very, very fortunate that my father chose Canada. I'm extremely grateful that Ontario accepted him. This province has been very welcoming to me and my family. But it took time and effort. It's not always easy. Our government is committed to growing the economy, adding good full-time jobs, and integrating our newcomers as quickly as possible. We're committed to doing what it takes to break down those barriers and speed certification so that newcomers can find work in their fields. We're in the midst of trying to provide for a new immigration strategy for Ontario to complement the needs not only of Ontario, but of Canada. There's work to be done. And that's why I'm so pleased that this center will provide a one-stop resource for Iranian Ontarians, newcomers, and other newcomers from the community, with everything from language training to settlement assistance to bridge training. Skills for Change is delivering a bridge training program in this center upstairs called Tradesmen Support Program. I had the opportunity to go up and visit that. Its goal is to smooth the transition of newcomers to the trades. And it's doing a great job. We're already facing shortages in trades, and We need to get newcomers into good, productive jobs in the trades as soon as possible. We have gaps in our society. Newcomers, in the next 5 years, will fill net jobs. Why 100%? All of those jobs are coming forward are going to need trained, skilled newcomers to fill those jobs. So my message to you is this. We need you, and we want you to succeed. This center is going to help do exactly that. Your center will help build opportunity and prosperity in Markham, Richmond Hill, and the York region. On behalf of the Premier and the Legislative Assembly, we thank you. There is so much that you're doing, not only for the Iranian community here in this region, but for all who are going to require some of those very services that you provide in this center. And we congratulate Mr. Reese for having the foresight, the discipline, the ability to garner the support that you've done amongst all of you, your board, to achieve this center. You're to be congratulated. I'm very proud of what you're doing. And with that, I'd like to call up my caucus colleague, Mr. Sherman, Rizzi, to come. Rizzi, if you can come up, I want to present you, sir, with a plaque highlighting and providing our thanks for what we're doing. The plaque reads as follows: heartfelt congratulations to the patrons of Parya Trillium Foundation on the opening of their new building. The bricks and mortar symbolize the Iranian community's commitment to Ontario and are a reflection of your outstanding contribution to the life and economy of our province. Signed by the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration. I'm not sure who that person is, but it has my signature, and I congratulate and wish you all many happy years in your new center. Mamoon Hashtam.
And Minister of the Environment.
It's a real honor, folks, for those of you who are not from Thornhill, and as the Member of Parliament for Thornhill, to bring greetings from Prime Minister Harper and your Government of Canada. Parya Trillium is a magnificent success story, not just because of what Ahmed Tabrizi has achieved in growing an organization from virtually nothing in the year 2000 to this magnificent building today. I was always impressed when I became Member of Parliament with the first centre, not far from here, but from which you were displaced because there's a magnificent new building which is going to add to the prosperity of Thornhill. But this in 12 years is a magnificent achievement because this is exactly the sort of organization that the Government of Canada is proud and honoured to partner with across several ministries. And I can assure you that going forward we will continue to look to Parya Trillium for partnerships which will not only support and enable the Persian community, but to spread its services beyond. And I look forward to federal assistance that may well be forthcoming with regards to the seniors facility, because I understand very well the original reason for the creation of this organization was to enable Persian Canadians to better join this society, to share in this society academically, professionally, and culturally. And I must say, you're succeeding magnificently, and as I say, the Government of Canada is proud to partner with you. I have colleagues here who will, in the fullness of time, be bringing greetings from other ministers, particularly Jason Kenney. But just let me say, on behalf of the Prime Minister, thank you so much for the contributions you're making, and all the best for the future.
Thank you, Minister Khan. I'd like to now invite Mr. C.S. Lung, who has a message from the office of Jason Kenney.
Parliamentary Secretary for the Minister of Immigration and Citizenship and Multiculturalism, I'd like to bring his greetings to you this afternoon. It's the greeting from the Minister of Citizenship, Immigration and Multiculturalism, Jason Kenney says. I would like to extend my warmest greeting to all those attending the Parya Trillium Foundation Gala. On behalf of Prime Minister Stephen Harper, I would like to thank the organizers and volunteers for your steadfast commitment for your work supporting the Farsi-speaking community of Toronto. I would like to congratulate the Parya Trillium Foundation on the opening of your new and permanent home, a center which makes it possible for Iranian Canadians to come together in solidarity of their culture and heritage. Your foundation's success building a home of your own in 12 short months is a testament to the dedication and enthusiasm of the community. The services being provided in the new center, senior activities, after-school tutoring, and newcomer settlement services will benefit not only Iranian Canadians, but also the community at large. Our country is blessed to welcome all the cultures of the world to thrive in peace and harmony in an open and inclusive society. As Prime Minister Harper noted, Canadians are rightly proud of the fact that we are a nation of immigrants, people who have come from all corners of the earth and who have worked together to build one of the most peaceful and prosperous nations in human history. As Minister of Citizenship, Immigration, and Multiculturalism, I would like to thank the Parya Trillium Foundation for your continued effort to meet the needs of the growing Iranian Canadian community and to wish you the greatest success in your future endeavor. My very best wishes for a wonderful event. Sincerely, Jason Kenney. And it's also to say that there's interesting that the three MPs that represent Richmond Hill, Thornhill, and Willowdale are here today because this appears to be the center of focus of where the Iranian community is centered. So at this time, I also like to invite Councilman Gakis and Minister Kent to come up and we'll jointly present the commemorative certificate to Mr. Fabrizi.
Thank you so much for inviting me to celebrate this milestone with you today. As the member of Provincial Parliament for the riding of Thornhill, I want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you in the audience, to all the elected officials and VIPs from all levels of government, and to the organizers of this event. And notably, I want to recognize the presence of my federal counterpart here in Thornhill, who I see all too seldom, the Honourable Peter Kent, my colleague from the legislature who's already recognized me, the Honourable Charles Sousa, and my very favorite Liberal, Dr. Reza Mordi. That's a private joke between the two of us, but clearly you're sharing it. Events like this one are an example of why I am very proud to represent Thornhill in the Ontario legislature, and I'm especially proud to have forged a great relationship with Thornhill's growing Persian community. As a community, you also have a lot to be proud of. It was only a few short years ago that the goal for building what was called a home of your own was set by this organization. I remember participating at the launch of that dream at your old and now non-existent location at Yonge and Doncaster. But there are new things growing there. The fact that you are holding the Parya Community Center opening today speaks to the strength of your commitment and showcases how well the Persian community works together. It is your entrepreneurial drive and your wish to succeed, coupled with a forceful community spirit, that does it. You know, you sound like conservatives to me. So on behalf of the constituents of Thornhill, I want to congratulate you on this achievement and present you with a congratulatory scroll, and it reads as follows. Dear friends, as member of Provincial Parliament for Thornhill, I am pleased to extend my congratulations to the Parya Trillium Foundation and to Thornhill's Persian community on the grand opening of the Parya Community Center. The Parya Community Center will stand as an example of this community's strength, commitment, and dedication to building a home of your very own here in Thornhill. I know that this new community center will encourage young generations of Persian Canadians to come together, learn and explore the depth of their culture, and contribute greatly to Ontario's rich multicultural tradition. On behalf of all the residents of Thornhill, I am honored to be a part of this special celebration and to extend to you my very best wishes for many years of growth and enjoyment in your new home. May you enjoy it in good health. Sincerely, signed, Rita Sherman, MPP for Thornhill, and I'd like to present that to Ahmed Tabrizi.
Thank you for the kind invitation to be here to celebrate with all of you. And it's always a pleasure to see actually so many colleagues in the political arena. I think you're going to need a bigger stage here to accommodate all of the political representatives. But to Minister Kent, to Minister Souza, to Minister Hoskin, who just arrived and have got other commitments, Minister of Children and Youth, certainly to my other colleagues, both provincial and federal, I welcome all of you here, and of course Mayor Barrow just to the north of Thornhill. You know, we're so blessed in this area to have both the federal and provincial levels working together along with municipal councils and doing great things for our community. And it's more evident here maybe than any other place in the province, where we've seen some wonderful additions to the services that we provide in the Thornhill area. Minister Kent, along with MPP Reza Maridi, have been great advocates at the federal and provincial level. And we've just seen, just literally a neighbor of yours, a great expansion to the Thornhill Community Center and revitalization of the library and providing great services there, thanks to the infrastructure program. And just across the way, not too far away from here, a full-size artificial turf field that allows for, with a dome in the wintertime, that allows for soccer to be played all year round, along with field hockey and open space for the community. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to say thank you to both our federal and provincial colleagues for the great work they've done in improving the quality of life here in our community. Say that the work is not done. As much as we have done all of that, we know that the needs are great in our community, and our council continues to work to add more services. And I'm joined here today, and I'd like them to stand up. Ward 1 Councillor Valerie Burke, who's also here. And Ward 2 Councillor Howard Shore, who's also here. I don't know whether he's been introduced or not, but he's certainly a part of our community, and certainly all the men and women that work for him are as well. Our police chief, Eric Jolliffe, who's also here. So I say our work is not done. As much as governments are working together, we know that there's a lot of needs within the community that do not get met. Needs that sometimes government cannot do on its own. So this is a wonderful celebration, Ahmed, of what the Persian community has been able to do in a very, very short period of time. To think that your organization has only been around for almost 10 years, and you've not only brought together the community, provided the services, had a temporary space, and now a permanent home here in Thornhill, is really a great tribute not only to you, to your executive, to the people that have made it happen, but indeed to the entire community. And you more than most, the people that are in the neighborhoods, that are in the homes, that are meeting your relatives, that are meeting your colleagues, you know better than anyone how much need there is out there in the community to provide additional services, whether it's to our youth, whether it's to our seniors, and whether it's to everyone in between. And right now it takes about 15 years for someone who comes to this country to be fully integrated into Canadian society. And again, both the federal and provincial governments have worked with us at the region to provide 2 welcome centers within Markham, another welcome center in Richmond Hill, another center in Vaughan, another one in Newmarket, and a mobile center that helps new Canadians get fully integrated. And that's all great too. But there's no better person to get that help from than someone who speaks your language and understands your culture. And this is what this community center is going to do. Bring together the Persian community. Have people who can speak the language, understand the culture, and pass that on to the youth of the community as well. But if this community center were to get an award just for that, that would be outstanding. But what's impressed me most is the way that Ahmed and this organization has reached out to actually open these doors to others from other cultures and other communities and bring them in here to allow them the opportunity to share in your space. I wish more cultural groups would do that. I wish they would take the time and effort to reach out. And you've done it, not just with other cultural groups. I know you've done it with the town of Markham as well, looking for ideas of things that could be held here. And John Ryerson, our Director of Culture, is here, and I know you've met with others in our organization to really make this a community center, not just for the Persian community. First and foremost, it's that, but a community center that serves the entire community. And for that, you truly do deserve an award and medal for opening. I bring 2 things today. First, Ahmed came to see me some time ago and said, you know, we're in the town of Markham. We decided to come to the town of Markham. Is there anything that you could do to give us some money from the town? And I said to him, make sure you go see the federal and provincial governments first, but also that recognizing that we don't have all the tools and revenue opportunities, because property taxes are really our only source of revenue for municipalities. But they did make a request, and I do hold an annual golf tournament each year, and some members here have been to that golf tournament. And it gives us an opportunity to help out organizations, particularly when they get started, not to have continuous funding, because that's not what we're set up to do. So I'm very pleased to say that our board has approved $15,000 to give to the Parya. Some equipment that you bought. I don't know if it's all paid for yet, but it's wonderful equipment, and I know that you need to buy more, and hopefully that will help out in providing the services to both youth and to seniors in this community. And secondly, I'd like to invite up Ward 1 Councillor Valerie Burke and Ward 2 Councillor Howard Shore. Maybe this is an indication we're spending our money on the wrong places. This plaque is bigger than anyone's, but anyways, it's only because it's a big center. That's the only reason. This reads, the mayor and members of council for the town of Markham extend congratulations to Parya Community Center in celebration of your grand opening at 34-4 John Street in Markham, May 12, 2012. It's signed by myself. I present it on behalf of our council, and it's fair to say on behalf of the entire community, because you demonstrated to the rest of us that when you come here to this province, when you come here to this country, it's about supporting your own, but also reaching out to others who need that help and showing that you have a love and care for this province of Ontario and for this great country of Canada. Thank you for the amazing job.
It's not an easy job. It takes about 15 months waiting for this thing.
Thank you, Salam. I won't attempt anything else until I finish my Farsi lessons. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here this afternoon and bring you greetings from the town of Richmond Hill. Certainly honored guests, elected officials from both the federal, provincial, and municipal areas. I think there's been a lot said about the collaboration that we enjoy here in our region with our MPs and MPs and members of other municipalities. It's always a pleasure to be invited to the town of Richmond Hill. I mean, to the town market, that's where we're at. And I mean that sincerely, not just because there might be hockey tickets involved. I'm sure you'll come. But I think this day has been a long time coming, and I congratulate Mr. Breezy for his leadership in bringing the community together and focus them on a center. And that's something that I truly believe we should be congratulated on. It's your leadership and his progress. In all of our communities in Willowdale and Thornhill, Markham and Vaughan and Richmond Hill, the Iranian-Canadian contribution has been tremendous on an ongoing basis. From our economies to our culture to our vibrancy, you bring vibrancy to all of our communities. And now you've taken time to bring something to your own community, a place to call home, as it's called. And this is a tremendous center. As we've seen, it's going to give services and opportunities for the youth, families, and seniors of your community and beyond. And a place that they have to call their own, as has been said. I was born and raised in Richmond Hill. I have no idea of leaving a country, leaving my homeland, and venturing a new life. So I give everyone here credit for what you've done to create a place where many community can feel very comfortable, be with their, as I said, their youth, their elders, and their families. So I too have a plaque, and I want to say that Mr. Breezy, if you don't mind coming up once again. We have to put an addition on. On behalf of the members of the council and our whole community. I'm the poor cousin from Richmond Hill. I arrived with
من نماینده ریچموند هیل در مجلس اتاوا هستم. دوستان درود بر شما. Elected colleagues from all levels of government, Chief Jolliffe, President Breezy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my honor, my privilege to be here again today. It's my second visit to this wonderful center, which is a testament, I believe, to the dynamic Iranian community up here, particularly in your region. And it's a fine example, I think, of what can be accomplished when good volunteers from a very strong, dynamic community come together with strong business leadership, Mr. Tabrizi. What can be accomplished for the community, not only for the Persian community, but for the greater community up here. So, and I think a lot needs to be said about the fact that this is the very first, as I understand it, community center, Iranian community center, outside of Iran on the planet, in the world. So, congratulations to you, sir. And to all of you for your part in making this possible. I felt that as a member of parliament for Richmond Hill, which has a very strong contingent of the dynamic Iranian community, and my friend Michael Parsa has made sure over the last 12 months or so that I've met with a lot of you and a lot of groups and a lot of people. I believe I went to 11 Nowruz celebrations this year. I felt it was appropriate that I too brought a plaque commemorating this special occasion here today, which I know that the Minister spoke on behalf of the Prime Minister and CS spoke on behalf of the Minister Kenny, and this one simply says, as a Member of Parliament for Richmond Hill, on behalf of our Prime Minister Stephen Harper and the Government of Canada, I am pleased to salute the Parya Community Centre grand opening May 12, 2012. Congratulations to the Parya Trillium Foundation on the grand opening of the Parya Community Centre. Congratulations to the Board of Directors, volunteers, staff, sponsors, and partners on making the dream a reality. Please accept all my best wishes for the future. Thank you, Mr.
Well, I would like to, ladies and gentlemen, to begin by extending regrets from Minister Michael Chan. He was supposed to be here this afternoon, but he told me, he said, President, if I come, Ahmed Tabrizi is going to ask me for another $1 million. So that's the reason he didn't come. He had to attend an event in Peterborough. That's the main reason that's why he's not here today. And also I would like to acknowledge Dr. Derek Hoskins. Minister Hoskins arrived as well. Thank you very much. I also want to thank all my elected colleagues and Chief Jolliffe and all of you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here this afternoon. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you all know, particularly the Iranians in this, Iranian Canadians in this room, they all know very well that we are here to make a big celebration. Today is a major celebration for our community, for the Iranian Canadian community. And the reason is so simple, because having such a community center has been the dream of the Iranian society for the past 33 years, since Iranian began immigrating to Canada from Iran just after the 1979 revolution in Iran. Prior to that, there were not very many Iranians living in Canada, only a few maybe, but the mass immigration came after 1979, and as the community established itself mainly first in the Willowdale area and then moved to Thornhill and now Richmond Hill and then Aurora Newmarket and other places within the GT and other cities actually. And you will be surprised in every city in Canada you go, you see Iranians living in those cities. I've almost traveled almost every part of our wonderful country, Canada, and where I have been, I've seen many Iranians. So the community is getting bigger, stronger, and in many areas, the community, members of the community has been contributing significantly to our wonderful country, Canada. When you look at, for example, academia, healthcare, business, industry, manufacturing, construction, even politics, Iranians are contributing to our wonderful Canada. So the community really needed a community center such as this one, and this is, as you heard, is the first one out of Iran to be built by the Iranian Canadian community of the GTA. And I must thank Mr. Tabrizi and also members of the board of directors and the founders of this wonderful organization. And also I must thank all donors from the community who donated so much to this place. And building such a place is not an easy job to do. It requires lots of energy, lots of efforts, lots of dedication, lots of belief in the cause. And they all had that, so I put it forward their means and whatever they could. And as a result, we are here today to celebrate this wonderful event. The Iranian community, as I said, very vibrant, very dynamic. They're contributing significantly to our community, to our wonderful country, beautiful province of Ontario. And really, the community deserves the attention of our governments from all levels, from provincial, municipal, of course, and the federal. So I'm so glad to see that today my elected colleagues from 3 levels of government are here. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I know you're all very busy, and some of you have attended a few events before this one, as with Mayor Barrow and Constance Managakis. This is our second event together. Today, I'm sure you attended a few others, and I attended 2 more. But anyway, I thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I also thank all of you for being a part of this major celebration. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward for the expansion of this community center, and hopefully the next one will be made by our Richmond Hill. Thank you.
Double bottom line, but also to put forward programs that are greater than the sum of their parts. We're very excited to be here as part of this vibrant community. I want to just give a quick shout out while I'm here on this stage to thank the group who brought the trades program together here and brought it through its teething. First of all to Jalila Heladat, who has really helped us to expand our very important partnership with Parya Trillium and kept that also to our Director of Programs, Roland Rooms, to the Manager in charge of the program, Rashid Osman, and to Farnaz Esfahanian and Tanya Lauder, who are core trades program. But I would like to say that we're so excited at Skills for Change to have the opportunity to bring our services and our vision to York region. And I just wanted to ask very quickly for the Skills for Change staff to stand up, because this is Saturday afternoon, and I'm so proud. Thank you. And also to thank all the staff here at Parya Trillium. You've made us so welcome. You've given us a home in York region. We didn't know if we'd be able to find one. It's been a wonderful thing to be able to come and join you. And most of all, of course, my most sincere thanks to Ahmed Tabrisi. Ahmed, you supported us through all of the teething pains of this program and seen you through all the ups and downs of the last few months. Your passion for people and your community dedication is a true inspiration to us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheryl, and thank you to everyone here from Skills for Change. Next, I'd like us to welcome Mr. Paul Thomas, Vice President of Royal Bank, with some good news.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. I should say salam as well. So my name is Paul Thomas, and I'm RBC's Regional Vice President for Richmond Hill and the 404 Corridor. It's truly an honor to be here this afternoon, and I'm excited to be a part of this grand opening ceremony. For RBC, social responsibility isn't just about philanthropy. We believe that our success is tightly linked with the economic health and social conditions of the communities in which we operate, and we strive to provide hands-on support, knowledge, and resources to help build prosperity at the community level. That's why RBC supports programs and community centers that meet basic needs and help people become self-reliant so they can enjoy independent, enriched, and quality lives. We are particularly fortunate to have this community facility right here in Thornhill to provide such extensive range of social, health, recreational, and educational opportunities that will meet the needs of Iranian Canadians and members of the community. RBC is a company that prides itself on supporting communities and its citizens because we believe it is our responsibility to not only strengthen the communities in which we work and live, but also to strengthen the spirit of community itself. Today, on behalf of RBC Foundation and our employees, particularly our Persian employees who are represented today by our branch managers Farida Smith, Nilofar Farhani, Ruzbeh Farhadi, I am delighted to present Mr. Ahmed Tabrisi, founder and president of Parya Trillium Foundation, with a check for $50,000 to support the Parya community. Is our staff, which I'm so very proud of. Can I ask all the RBC staff to come up here and let's present the check to Mr. Tabrisi together. Imtiaz, Salman, Rahman, Rita, Nilofar.
good.
Maybe in the future, we never know. It's a start. Yeah, we asked Mr. Tabrizi, don't try to put this into the banking machine. It won't work.
Wait, Paul, we're ecstatic. Next, I'd like us to invite two wonderful musicians to the stage so we can have a little break from all this. We have Sardar Mohammad Jani, who will be playing guitar, and Ali Nima Madani on the tombak. We're just going to give them a moment to set up. invite us all to stand up and stretch and join us in the front for our official ribbon cutting ceremony.
When I say cut after the one,
Yes.
say cut.
Okay.
10,
10,
9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cut!